next. Why your bathroom sink can take the abuse of your morning routine and come out looking better than you do. Most of us begin and end our day staring into this, the bathroom sink. No matter how many sprays, gels, pastes, and creams you use, or how many times you clunk it with the blow dryer, a sink like this stays shiny and sleek. So how do they get all that toughness into a sink? It all starts with mixing together 4 rock-hard ingredients to make a runny mix of clay and water called slip that gets cast into a sink. 2 tons of clay go into each batch. It's a binding agent that holds the mix together and helps the sink hold its form. The next ingredient is kaolin, a softer white clay that's the main ingredient in porcelain. It gives the sink its incredible hardness. At the mixer, the last 2 ingredients are poured in. Feldspar, which protects the sink from wear and tear, and quartz for even more durability. 1,300 gallons of water pump into the mixer to turn the dry powders into a liquid slip. Before the sinks are finished, all that water will have to be dried or baked out so the slip can harden into a sink. For now, the water is needed to make sure all 4 ingredients mix together thoroughly and evenly. Without it, an uneven mix could weaken the sink. When it's thoroughly blended, the mixture pours into barrels through vibrating screens to shake out any chunks that could leave you with a lumpy sink. The slip sits for 3 days, so the water in the mix can start to evaporate down to a moisture content of about 30%, or the perfect paste-like consistency to be molded into a sink. To turn the paste into a sink, it's pumped into a sink-shaped mold inside a massive injection molding machine. Once the mold is full, the machine uses 200 pounds of pressure to firm up the sink by squeezing more water from the paste until the moisture content is down to about 15%. The sink comes out of the mold firm enough to hold its shape, but still soft and pliable like clay. So before it firms up anymore, a worker carves out the drain and a hole that lets extra water escape so the sink won't overflow. A moist sponge smooths out the seams so the finished sink is perfectly smooth. Then, the sink goes into a dryer, where it bakes for a full day at 176 degrees, so more moisture can evaporate. The sink comes out with a moisture content of just 3%, which makes it lighter in weight and in color. But it's still only about as firm as a thick chocolate bar and could easily snap. To give the sink both its sleek beauty and its tough outer shell, it has to be glazed. A worker uses sandpaper to smooth out the surface so the glaze can be applied. A rotating robot loads the sinks into automated spray booths that spray on the glaze. It can be any color, but white is the most popular color for bathrooms. The glaze is made of metal oxides, alumina, and silica. Once fired, it turns into a hard glass-like shell that's completely waterproof, so the sink will hold its water. But as long as there's any moisture content left in the sink itself, it's still soft enough to break. So when the glaze is on, the sinks head into the kiln, where they become rock hard, along with other bathroom fixtures made in the factory, including toilets. The intense 1,200-degree heat inside the kiln toughens the fixtures in 3 ways. First, it bakes out the final 3% of water that's still in the clay mix. while also triggering a chemical reaction that fuses together all 4 of the ingredients in the mix into a permanent ceramic bond. And it melts the silica glaze into the shiny, smooth surface of a sink. With all of the water baked out, the sinks emerge from the kiln 8% smaller than when they popped out of the molds. But what they've lost in size, they've gained in strength and durability. So the sink has what it takes to stand up to your morning routine.